Hey guys, welcome to another comic book haul I have for you. These are books that I picked up on April 2nd in Galveston. It was at a Galveston Bookshop off the Strand. And I've been there before, but it's been a while, so thought I'd pop in there, see what they have. They still had comics. Last time I was there, they had several short and long boxes of comic books. Um, so yeah, I want to go in there see what they still had, or if they had any comics at all, because it's been a while, maybe a good few years or so. Again, I was in the area. My wife and I we were having some lunch in that area, Galveston, doing some shopping. So yeah, after we had lunch, went to the bookshop there, and yep, they still have some comics there. So I went through probably about. They had an upstairs full of short and long boxes. I'd probably say I went through about maybe 75% of them. So couldn't go through all of them, but it was just way too much and didn't have enough time. But I did find some books and wanted to show you. And mostly in all those short and long boxes they had were books from the 90s from like Image, Valiant, and Darkhorse. They had a little bit of some Marvel and a little bit of DC, but not too much. So didn't find anything on the Marvel DC side, but did find some books, Image, Darkhorse, and Valiant. So yeah, let me show you some of the books that I picked up. So this first book I picked up was this Union #1, which is Mark Teixeira art, and a big fan of Mark Teixeira's stuff. So this one was nice because this was the only one that I saw in all the long and short boxes I went through, and this is Union #1. And this is the newsstand version of the book. I've seen the regular edition, which is the gold foiled version, which is the gold foil on the trade dress, and Union is kind of like embossed on the cover. But I haven't seen the newsstand around too much, so. Not mint or anything, but good shape. Worth picking up for $2. It's got some spine wear, but I was glad I was able to find a copy out in the wild. So I kept digging around to see if I found a better copy, but I wasn't able to. So, but happy with this one, and happy to add this to my Mark Teixeira PC collection. So the next book I picked up is this Youngblood #2, Rob Liefeld. It's actually a key. It's the first appearance of Prophet and the first appearance of Shadowhawk. And it's one of those 90s flip books. I don't have too many of those 90s flip books. I actually do own this book, and this is actually, believe it or not, my 4th copy of the book. I don't know what it is. There's something about this book and this cover. This is one of my favorite Rob Liefeld covers and characters. And I just love it. Every time I see it, I just have to pick it up. And this was the only copy that I found there. So and it was actually one of the first books I found, just doing the early looking through the bins when I got there. So pretty happy to find it. Pretty great shape, not mint or anything, but really great, fantastic shape. So yeah, I actually own 3 other copies of the book. I own 2 other copies of the green Youngblood trade dress logo, and I found one of those at a Half Price Books a while back, and I found the other one in a dollar bin at Dimensions Comics in LaPorte a couple of years ago. So now, like I was mentioning, I've been to this Galveston Bookshop before, but it's been a few years. But actually, I found this book, Youngblood #2, but I actually found the pink logo variant that's on the trade dress. So it's pretty cool. So now from that same shop, I now have found both versions, the pink and the green logo variant. So yeah, pretty happy to find this one and add that to my collection. And the other two green logo variants I have, I might end up flipping those or trading those. We'll see. But always happy to pick up additional copies of this book. Just love it. So the next book to show you guys, nothing really special about it, not really a key or anything. Just a really cool looking book. I haven't really seen this one out in the wild too much, so want to go ahead and pick it up and add it to my Image PC. Basically this Youngblood Battle Zone issue #2, and just a really cool, sweet cover. It's Shep Yape and Dan Panosian art there on the cover. Just really cool with Shaft, Die Hard, and I think that's Voodoo on the cover, but I'm not sure. She's kind of like Domino, I guess you could say, Domino-like, but yeah, just really great shape. Hadn't owned this book, hadn't seen it out there in $1 or $2 bins, so wanted to pick it up. I actually saw 2 other copies of this book there, but those 2 weren't in that great shape. But this one was, and so I got the better of the 3 copies. So really happy with this find to add it to the Image PC. Next book I found is this really sweet Wildcats trilogy #1, and that is the foil regular edition Jay Lee cover and Jay Lee interior art. Big fan of Jay Lee's stuff, especially the early '90s stuff. I actually found 2 other copies of this book there too, but they weren't as in great shape. They had quite a bit of spine wear on them, and this one was the best of the 3 books. This one is way better on the spine and much better shape, and just an awesome book to find. I was hoping to find actually the newsstand version of this book in the bins, but didn't really have any luck, because that one's kind of hard to find out there in the wild, the newsstand, which is just a regular, it's a non-foil cover, but didn't have any luck. But I didn't come up empty-handed. I still found the book, just found the foil cover version, but I found a really great copy of it, and finding 3 copies there. So pretty happy with it, and hoping one day I can meet Jay Lee and probably get this book signed. So anyways, just a really cool find there for $2. And next book to show you guys is this Comics Greatest World Week 1 X. So this book is not like a key or anything, but the only, I guess, say significance is that Frank Miller, it's Frank Miller cover art. Now he didn't do the interiors of this book. I was kind of hoping it would have been, but he just did the cover, but it's pretty sweet cover. And in going through most of the bins, this was the only copy that I found. It's in really great, fantastic shape. It's got a little bit of some spine creases, but nothing major. But I was looking for this book. I actually saw this book at a Half Price Books in January, but I didn't pull the trigger on it because I guess maybe at the time I didn't realize that it was Frank Miller art. If I did, I probably would have bought it then, but I've learned about the book since. But really happy to find this book, and yeah, I was actually able to find it probably in the last few short and long boxes I looked at, and ran out of time with looking. So really happy to find this book. And mostly all these books that I've shown you guys were all loose. They weren't in bags and boards, which is not surprising when they have, a lot of, long and short boxes, at $2 prices. But I did swap out some other books that had some bags and boards with the ones that I bought. So, and they're all $2 anyway. So just a really nice find. And I actually found the first appearance of X recently, and this is in another comic haul. If you check out the comic haul I did for Arkham Comics in Pearland, and this was in March, I actually ended up finding his first appearance in X's first appearance in the dollar bin. So I was really happy with that. So I got so far a couple of pretty cool X books here. I wasn't a big fan of X, the character, in the 90s, but this issue and that first appearance I picked up at Arkham Comics recently, I'm really happy to add those to my PC. And the last book to show you guys is this Valiant book, and it's Solar Man of the Atom, number 24. Nothing special, or it's not a key or anything, but I just love that cover, and it's actually Mike Mignola cover. I don't think he did the interior art for this, but I love Mike Mignola's work. And I didn't really collect too much Solar Man of the Atom in the 90s, but just a huge fan of Mike Mignola's stuff, and this was the only copy that I saw there, going through all the long and short boxes, and it was in pretty decent shape. So for $2, I thought it was definitely worth a pickup. So that's the last book to show you guys for this comic haul. Yeah, these were the books I picked up at the Galveston Bookshop in Galveston, Texas, off the Strand there on April 2nd. So I'm not really in the Galveston area too much, but my next trip out there, I might try to go out there and see if I can look at the other short and long boxes I didn't have a chance to go through. But and if I do, I'll probably end up doing another book haul if I can find any good books from there. But yeah, if anybody is looking for 90s Image, Darkhorse, and Valiant, and you're in the Galveston area, that Galveston Bookshop place is the place to hit up. So you will be overwhelmed with the amount of books they have in the long and short boxes. So definitely check it out if you're into those publishers. So anyways, stay tuned for some more comic book hauls I have for you. And thanks for viewing.